Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Śrimad Bhāgavatam, third canto, chapter 31, entitled The Movements of the Living Entities, verse, text number 43. Dehena jiva bhutena loka lokam anuvarajan bhunjana eva karmani karotya viratam puman dehena jiva bhutena loka lokam anuvrajan bhunjana eva karmani karotya viratam puman dehena jiva bhutena loka lokam anuvrajan bhunjana eva karmani karotya viratam puman loka lokam anuvrajan
Dehena jiva bhutena loka lokam anubrajan bhunjana eva karmani karotya viratam puman.
Ladies.
Dehena jiva bhutena
Loka lokam anuvrajan bhunjana eva karmani karotya viratam puman dehena on account of the body jiva bhutena possessed by the living entity lokat from one planet lokam to another planet anuvrajan wandering munjanaha enjoying eva so karmani fruitive activities karoti he does aviratam incessantly puman the living entity. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Due to his particular type of body, the materialistic living entity wanders from one planet to another, following fruitive activities. In this way, he involves himself in fruitive activities and enjoys the result incessantly. Purport. When the living entity is engaged in the material body, he is called Jiva Bhuta, and when he is free from the material body, he is called Brahma Bhuta. By changing his material body birth after birth, he travels not only in the different species of life, but also from one planet to another. Lord Chaitanya says that the living entities bound up by fruitive activities are wandering in this way throughout the whole universe. And if by some chance or by pious activities they get in touch with a bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Krishna, then they get the seed of devotional service. After getting this seed, if one sows it within his heart and pours water on it by hearing and chanting, the seed grows into a big plant, and there are fruits and flowers which the living entity can enjoy even in this material world. That is called the Brahma Bhuta stage. In his designated condition, a living entity is called materialistic, and upon being freed from all designation, when he is fully Krishna conscious, engaged in devotional service, he is called liberated. Unless one gets the opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master, by the grace of the Lord, there is no possibility of one's liberation from the cycle of birth and death in the different species of life and through the different grades of planets. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Nitāi-pada-kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahita Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Apta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha Vrinda Vaneshwari Rishabhano Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakapatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Asadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I would first like to ask for the blessings of the senior devotees present here, so I can, they give me some opportunity to speak something on Śrimad Bhāgavatam. So we are wandering around this material world, birth after birth, since time immemorial, due to our desire to be the enjoyer, to be like Krishna. Because we want to be the controller, we want to be the enjoyer. Krishna has created this material world and has given us an opportunity to try it out, to try and satisfy that particular desire that we have developed, and so on the strength of the particular type of body or the particular type of activity that we perform, we wander around up and down this material universe, or what is it called, Brahmanda. And we try to enjoy in every species possible of life. But we are always frustrated because there is no real happiness in enjoying in this material world. There is no happiness without Krishna. Without satisfying the senses of Krishna, there is no real happiness. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Abrahma bhuvana lokam punaravartino arjuna. Is it? It's a little bit different. Abrahma bhuvana punarjanmana vidyate. Yes. So, in this world, we go up and down from the highest to the lowest planetary systems. And we are always frustrated because we have to take, because we have to take birth and we have to die always. But by our nature, we are eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. So, temporary things in this material world will never make us happy because it is against our own nature that it has to end somehow or other. It always ends, even if it's seemingly giving us so much pleasure. The more pleasure it gives us, actually, the more we will suffer when it ends. And in this way, we perform these different activities which gives us good results. Pious activities give us good, so to speak, karma, and then we can enjoy the fruits of these activities. Or we perform sinful activities because we want to enjoy so much that we will do anything for our own sense gratification. And then, in due course of time, we again suffer because we have to go through the punishment for performing all these sinful activities. So, in this way, we are traveling up and down this material universe. Sometimes we go to the heavenly planets and enjoy, and then we go down again to this earth, and then because of our enjoyment propensity, we perform sinful activities, and we go down to lower planetary systems and to lower species of life, and so on. It is said in the Bhagavad Gita again, Krishna says that Traigunya Vishaya Vedanis Traigunya Bhavajuna Nirdvando Nirasatvasto Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. It says that the Vedic scriptures deal primarily with the three gunas, three modes of material nature. So you have to, Arjuna, you have to rise above these three modes of material nature. And in this particular three modes of material nature, we can perform only fruitive activities. So it is said that sometimes we hear that if we perform just pious activities forever, we might accumulate so much pious results that then we just sort of always keep increasing this pious bank of pious activities, and then we will forever have good karma, and we will forever enjoy this the results of our pious activities. But still, this is the material world. We will always, how to say, fall again victim to our lower nature, and then we will spiral again into the suffering. I mean, suffering is always present because eventually all our loved ones will die around us, and that is definitely going to bring us a lot of pain. and a lot of suffering. So the point is not to place faith in performing pious activities, performing fruitive activities. The point is to try and get out of this material world. And in this verse, Srila Prabhupada gives us a way out. He says that if by some chance, by our pious activities or by the mercy, it is by the mercy of Krishna actually, we meet a bona fide spiritual master, and then we can get the seed of devotional service, the seed of bhakti, which we have to plant in our hearts and water it by hearing and chanting about the Lord. And this is from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. By the mercy of Guru and Krishna only we can get this seed of love of God. And right now we are extremely fortunate because only once in a day of Brahma is it that Krishna appears. And after Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came only 500 years ago. And actually, we are right now in the best part of the pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because there has the Senapati Bhakta, or the general of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has come, and he has spread this movement throughout the whole world. He went to the Western countries and he has delivered so many of the fallen conditioned souls. And in this way, we cannot imagine our good fortune, how fortunate we are that we actually came in contact or took birth in the human form of life in this particular point in time. and we came in contact with Srila Prabhupada's movement. It is said that we could kind of compare this to tortoise swimming in the ocean, and she, in the vast ocean, she takes a huge breath, and then she's swimming for a very long time, and then it goes back up to the surface of the water to take another breath, and there is a small piece of wood floating right where the tortoise wants to take the next breath. And in this small piece of wood, there is a little hole, and the tortoise just goes up and hits the hole and takes another breath. What are the chances of that? It is almost impossible. If we actually knew how fortunate we are to have come in contact with this movement in this particular time, we would be in ecstasy, rolling on the ground, and just be fully ready to surrender everything to Krishna. Well, why don't we do that? It is because we still maintain this petty plan that I will enjoy a little bit, all these other devotees, they don't understand that actually they have to make me happy, and they're just too much, these people, these devotees, they get a little bit on my nerves sometimes. So we keep this idea that we are the center of the universe, actually. We still don't put Krishna in the center. So in this way, we are still, even though we got the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we got the mercy of our spiritual master, we are still under the influence of illusion. We still think that actually, yes, it is me who should be satisfied. And that is why we always try to make a separate arrangement to try to be happy in this material world. We are still very much attacked then. If we want to enjoy our own material senses, if we want to enjoy this material world, we will still be attacked by the three modes of material nature, will affect us very much. Then we will be attacked also by the six enemies: lust, greed, anger, envy, pride, illusion, madness. And because this is where we took shelter throughout this whole journey through this material world, and this is what feels sort of natural to go back to, you know. This is where we feel sort of safe in our insecurities. You know, we can always, you know, a little lust didn't hurt anyone. But actually, it does hurt us. Kama isha, krodha isha, rajoguna samudbhava. Mahashano mahapapma vidanam ikhavairinam. It is all devouring enemy of this world. And if we take shelter of these six enemies, then we will be killed. Our spiritual life will be destroyed, because then we will still put ourselves in the center, and Krishna will let us think, okay, you know, yes, okay, you're still number one, even though you come here, you worship me, but you will still think, okay, it's okay, I'm number one, it's fine. Everybody should actually bow down to me, but I have to play humble so that, you know, eventually one day they will actually recognize how humble I am, and they will give me all respect for my humbleness. Yes. So how to actually get rid of this, of all this lust, anger, envy, greed, and so on? It is by surrendering to a spiritual master. And that is also very difficult, because usually we don't want to surrender to anyone. We don't want to take any authority, especially Westerners. We don't really like authority. So you think you can tell me what to do? Oh yes? Well, forget it, you know. I'll do just whatever I want. But we have to surrender to a spiritual master and serve the spiritual master, because that is the only way to attain higher knowledge. Krishna says again in the Bhagavad Gita that we have to surrender to a self-realized soul, because those self-realized souls have actually seen the truth. And we have to serve the spiritual master, and we have to humbly ask questions in a very humble and submissive mood. And in this way, when we please our spiritual master, it doesn't necessarily matter if we are a big scholar or if we studied, you know, everything. But if we please our spiritual master, then spiritual master will bless us with all the knowledge needed to attain pure love of Krishna. And there is a story in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went on his South Indian tour, and he met a Brahmana in one of the places that he was going to. And this Brahmana, he was illiterate, but he was reading Bhagavad Gita every single day. And all the other Brahmanas that were there, they were making fun of him and they were laughing at him because he was even holding the book upside down and he was not reading or pronouncing properly whatever he read, or maybe not even understanding the certain words. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, so if you don't understand anything, why are you reading? And this Brahmana said, well, I'm reading because my spiritual master gave me this instruction that I have to read every day Bhagavad Gita from beginning to the end. But I actually don't understand anything. So then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, so if you don't understand anything that you read, why are you crying? Why are you crying reading Bhagavad Gita? And then this Brahmana said, I'm crying because while I'm reading Bhagavad Gita, I'm seeing this picture of Krishna and Arjuna on the battlefield. And I just think it's so wonderful how Krishna, he took a role of a servant of his own devotee, Parthasarathi. He became the chariot driver of his own devotee, Arjuna. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you have actually understood the essence of Bhagavad Gita. And it is all because he has faithfully followed the instruction of his spiritual master. Spiritual master is non-different from Krishna. Srila Prabhupada used to say that spiritual master is as good as God. And we should give him that kind of respect and worship as well. Spiritual master is the outer representative, external representative of the super soul or the Paramatma. So in this way, by the mercy of the spiritual master, we get this seed of bhakti, which we have to plant and water with hearing and chanting of the holy names. But there is again this trick that by watering the seed of bhakti, inevitably also the weeds will grow. Then we should be very careful that we do not focus on the weeds rather than on the actual bhakti lata. And these weeds, they grow much quicker, they look much stronger in the beginning, they look much more nicer, they look much more like the real thing. But if we focus on the weeds instead of the real bhakti lata, then our bhakti lata will eventually dry up and we will not be able to maintain this taste for hearing and chanting. And eventually we will dwindle away. And how to be very careful not to water these weeds is by again following in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the whole Shikshastaka prayers basically explain to us how to actually chant the holy names in the proper mood. And third verse of Shikshastaka is actually the formula, how to always chant the holy names with ever-increasing taste. Trinadapi sunichena tarori vaseshana amarina manudina kirtaniya sadahari. It is that we should be more humble than the blade of grass. And that means that we do not the blade of grass, once you step on it, it stays on the ground for some time, but then it pops back up. We should not, our ego should not pop back up when it's subdued. And we should be tolerant like a tree. Everybody knows how trees are tolerant. It doesn't even protest when it's being cut down. And we should always offer respects to everyone, and we shouldn't expect any respect for ourselves. And only in this way we can actually chant the holy names forever. And yes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also instructs us that we should go around anywhere and everywhere and tell everybody to chant the holy names. Yara de katarika Krishna Upadesh, Amara Agyay Guru Hanatara Aidesh. We should, on his order, also become a spiritual master by giving all these people in this material world this seed of bhakti. That's why Harinam Sankirtan is Harinam Sankirtan is so essential. Now you think, oh, this one representative of Harinam Ruchi is sitting on Vyasusan, he has to plug in, a little bit. Harinam, everybody go on Harinam. Anyway, you're going on Harinam every day in this temple, so that is not a problem. But the point is, this is not just the business of few people in this movement. This is actually the Yuga Dharma of this age, is chanting and dancing on the street and trying to spread this Krishna consciousness to every town and village. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is described that when he appeared, the Panchatattva, they broke open the storehouse of love of Godhead. And they want to flood the whole universe with this Krishna Prema. And now it is more accessible than ever before, because by chanting of the holy names, very quickly one can attain the stage of pure devotional service. Yes, so it is very important to go out on the street and just give everyone this seed of Krishna Prem, and of this devotional service. And even if they cover their ears, even if they have a negative, so to speak, reaction, still it has already penetrated their heart, and this they will never be able to get rid of this mercy that they have received. And once Krishna catches you, he never lets you go again. There is, my spiritual master told me a story once of a devotee from Vrindavan. This is recent years, maybe some of the senior devotees know this story. And so my spiritual master is His Holiness Kadambakana Swami. And he used to be the temple president in Vrindavan. So this devotee comes to Maharaj and he said, okay, I want my passport back, because somehow in those days they kept the president kept all the passports. So I want my passport, and because I want to go out and I want to try and enjoy life. I had enough of this Krishna consciousness, I will enjoy life now. So Maharaj said, okay, he gave him the passport. So he left Vrindavan. And he did all kinds of, sinful activities. He tried to enjoy, but he couldn't enjoy because he already knew all this, he read Prabhupada's books, so he knew that this is not actually, the real thing. So he always had that, feeling of emptiness while doing it. So he prayed to Krishna, Krishna, please let me forget you. Let me forget all this philosophy. Let me forget everything. So Krishna fulfilled his desire, and he banged his head somewhere, and he forgot everything about Krishna. So he was enjoying like anything now. He could enjoy, and he did all kinds of things, and now he was fully happy. But then, sooner rather than later, he met the devotees again. And then he started to remember everything again. And then he came to the conclusion that there is no there is no enjoyment in this material world. And he returned to Vrindavan, and he basically told this story, so that we know this story, So in this way, we can see that we might try to forget Krishna once we came to Krishna consciousness, but Krishna, he will never let us go, really. He might give us, okay, you want to try it again? You want to try it again? Okay, you can try, but because you have all this knowledge now, it will not work for you. Krishna is so sweet. Once he catches us, once we catch a little glimpse of him, we can never leave him again. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada has given us the greatest gift by bringing Krishna to the Western countries. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. And he is battling this Nirvishesha and Shunyavad, the Buddhist philosophy and the Mayavadi or oneness philosophy. And he is giving us the greatest alternative, and that is the chanting of the holy names. And in this way, we can taste the sweetness of Krishna. Here we can see, the Prabhupada says that even in this material world, we can taste the fruits that come about from growing this seed of bhakti, this bhakti lata. And this is called the Brahma Bhuta stage. Brahma Bhuta prasanatmana sochati nakangshati samasaveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim nabate para. And it is interesting, the purport to this verse, Srila Prabhupada says that, the verse means that basically once one attains this Brahma, when one is on this Brahma Bhuta platform, while he is not hankering or lamenting for anything, then very soon he can attain this pure devotional service towards Krishna. That is the perfectional stage. And Prabhupada comments that it is very interesting that after this platform of Brahman realization, we get the pure love of Godhead. It is not that, the Jnanis, they believe that bhakti is just a tool that purifies our heart. And once we purify our heart, then we can reject bhakti and just focus on jnana. And if there is somebody who is really strong in jnana, he can just focus on jnana from the very beginning. But actually here Krishna says, that after we achieve this Brahma, or the Brahman realization, only then we can go higher and achieve this bhakti stage, pure devotional service to Krishna. And then Prabhupada gives many examples of different jnanis in different ages. And one interesting example that I thought was very interesting was that actually in Treta Yuga, Janak Maharaj was the topmost jnani in that time. And then when he saw Lord Ram, then he switched to bhakti. And then, of course, we know Shukadeva Goswami later on. But I never heard of that Janak Maharaj was actually a Jnani before, like that. So, yes, and only by the mercy of our spiritual master, actually, we can go beyond this only impersonal realization, only by mercy of the spiritual master. Because our spiritual masters, they come down in the bona fide disciplic succession all the way from Krishna. And we just recently, Srila Prabhupada came and he brought with him all of the blessings of all the previous acharyas. They have empowered him fully, and he has empowered all his disciples fully to keep on spreading this Krishna consciousness for the next however many thousands of years. So it is not that now that Srila Prabhupada has left, that this potency has diminished, but actually if we take shelter of Srila Prabhupada and of our own spiritual master, we can fully access this mercy and this potency. And there is nothing to lose and everything to gain, as Ram Rai says every single day. And if it can be done in New York, it can be done anywhere. Yes. So, in this way, we should take shelter of our spiritual master and very humbly serve him with all our strength. And in this way, we will get the full mercy of Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Any questions or any comments from the senior devotees? Yes, Prabhu.
Next year, purification of spiritual matter. Thank you for your glorification of spiritual master and Harinam Sankirtan. The Harinam Sankirtan, as it says in that verse, is Siddhari, do it all the time. It's not we don't do it between 1 and 7 or whenever there's a scheduled Harinam. Everywhere we go, we can do Harinam. We walk down the street, we can be singing loudly Hare Krishna. Going to the store, we want to sing Hare Krishna. If we have some job at a chant, we can chant loudly. Because it states in Śrimad nectar of the holy name. Anyone who hears the holy name even one time gets so purified they don't have to suffer the reaction for all the past sinful activity. And the next verse says, repeated hearing, one loses the propensity to commit sinful activity and develops pure love of God. So just by chanting loudly everywhere we go, and like you say, we don't mind what people think about us, because they're getting great benefit. Who cares what the fools think? I mean, I'm not saying that in a derogatory way, but everybody except the devotees is ignorant of the real purpose of life. So we want to give everyone the benefit of at least hearing the holy name, so they get purified to the extent of not having to suffer the reaction for all the past sinful activity, and get purified to the extent that they somehow remember to whatever degree they can their relationship with Krishna. So I hope everybody can take it upon themselves to be compassionate to all the fallen living souls, because we're the only ones who can do it. No one else can do it.
Hare Krishna.
ask, so I think maybe talk more about, like you were saying at the beginning about Trinity Prasad, that our problem is that we're living in a temple, but we're still working for ourselves as we said about everything. So how can we cultivate the quality of not wanting respect for ourselves, and giving respect to others, but at the same time, like, maintain relationships that are also based on respect, because otherwise if you don't respect each other, then your relationships will fall apart. It's just like kids on put it together.
Yeah. So, this one. This is many times. This question comes up: how do I be humble, and at the same time not let everyone walk over me, and think that I'm a pushover? It is by always having this in mind. What does Krishna want, and what does my spiritual master want, and how do I please my spiritual master? That is actually what matters. How do I please my spiritual master and Krishna? So if we see that somebody is trying to abuse us, we don't need to, put up with it or something, We can, of course, stand up for ourselves, and because otherwise, if we don't, then eventually, because we are not on this stage of fully just being absorbed in Krishna, we will eventually be fried, and we will lose our taste as well, because we will commit offenses knowingly or unknowingly, and also the other person is committing offenses in this way. So, yes, there should be mutual respect, and that's why we also should develop friendly relationships with our fellow brahmacharis, and in this way, of course, if there is friendship, there will be respect as well. So you will not get, walked all over and Is that okay? Yeah, so in this way, just try to please your spiritual master. That is the actually most important part. And then with your equals, you have friendly relationships. And yes, if there is some sort of somebody, mistreating you, you can always take shelter again in your spiritual master. That is where we will always be welcomed and taken care of, actually. Anything else? Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Śrimad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Gaura Premanande.
He's great. Nitāi-pada-kamala.